Namaste,
Yes,
everybody. Welcome.
namaste. Thank you, Shavana. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm very happy to again, teach many of you. I used to teach in Africa, so I feel very connected there. So we'll start the session with an invocation. I request all of you to mentally follow me. Close your eyes, inhale and exhale slowly. Calm your mind. You can keep your hands open or you can just put it in the Namaste pose, whichever is comfortable for you. Mentally say to the Universal Supreme God, to beloved and respected teacher, Master Choa Kok Sui, to all spiritual teachers, to all the great ones, all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, healing angels and healing ministers, all the invisible helpers, especially to the angels and devas of prosperity and abundance. We thank you for your divine blessings, divine guidance, divine love, for the healing, for help and divine protection. Thank you for helping us letting go of all our financial fears, all internal and external limitations, for us to become more prosperous, more productive, and successful in our lives. In full faith, we thank you. Inhale and exhale slowly to absorb the blessings. And you may slowly open your eyes. Thank you. Yes, so today we'll be talking about letting go of financial fears and what exactly is financial fear, okay, and how it originates, what are the causes why we accumulate this energy into our systems, and we'll also go into the effects of this particular thing, okay, how it affects your life, and then we'll go into the steps that we have in pranic healing to overcome these thoughts in our aura, okay. So we'll go into all these things. So first we'll talk about what is financial fear. Let's keep it interactive. You can also participate. What is financial fear? Is it I'm scared of money or what is it?
Whether I will be able to earn.
Very good. Whether I'll make.
Come to me.
Can you come again? The voice was echoing. Being afraid that there isn't enough. Yeah, that's right. Fear of lack, scarcity of money. Very true. Very true. So sometimes, when you want to help somebody, there is always this thought, okay, what if I don't have this? What, if I'm not having enough, I'm trying to give it to somebody else. So that will stop you from actually being generous. Okay, so a sense of not enough, okay, that is called as financial fear. Yeah. And what are the effects of financial fear? What are the effects? Some of you already told that. Not being generous, yes, not being generous. What else? Limitations, fear of poverty, okay, very good. I'm not good in lip reading, so if you're talking like that, poverty consciousness, yeah, that's true. In India, we have a lot of free schemes by the government. Anxiety, yes, anxiety is there. The free scheme is usually given for poor people. Okay, stress and worry, that is true. Stress and worry. And who are the beneficiaries of all these free schemes? Fear us asking money for services. Yeah, that's true. That's an important thing also. And the beneficiaries are people who actually have money. Being stingy, true. Okay. So when I see them, they'll be like for example, there is subsidy for LPG cylinders. Okay. Now people who are prosperous, they actually have money, but still they want that free scheme. They want the subsidy from the government. They can afford to buy a cylinder, but they still want the government's part of it. Now, when I talk to them, they say, "What is wrong in taking it? Anyway, government is giving free of cost." So I tell, look, that is for whom? That is for poor people. Why do you want it? So they say, no, no, let's also take it. Now, when you see them, whatever they have, they're not happy about that. Okay, they still have that insecurity. They still want more of whatever is being given. So this creates a kind of excessive obsession towards acquiring wealth. Okay, when people get into this mode, they indulge in shortcuts. Okay, and they indulge in avoiding tax. They also stop giving money. Okay, and what is the result of all these things? Poverty karma. Okay, poverty karma, that again leads to financial problems. So they're thinking actually that they'll make some money, they save some money by these thought forms, but actually people don't save money. They end up generating more bad karmas, and that will again affect their finances. Okay, now where does this come from? Let's talk about the origin. Where do we think we picked up these things from? And let's be honest, we all have that, right? We all have a little bit of that. Different people have different breaking points. That's the only difference. Okay, some people have this much, some people have that much, some people have that much. But we all carry that energy based on where we live, which city we live, what kind of friends we have around us, and everything. Okay, so if you look at that, can you go into the root of this problem? Where does it start from? Okay, very good. Childhood parents. That's true. That's very true. Past karma, how does it affect you? Especially for this kind of energy. It's usually the upbringing. Okay. Now let's say I have seen this, even now I have seen some of my relatives do this. Okay. When they're feeding the child, let's say the child is not eating the food. They'll tell, if you don't eat, I will give it to the neighboring child. And what this child will do? They say, no, 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 I want. Okay, so we are trying to create a kind of scarcity. If you don't eat, the opportunity will be given to somebody else. So whatever is given to you, you should grab it. Okay, and sometimes when children actually, they are generous. I've seen many parents telling them to don't be so generous. You're being foolish. You have to acquire. You should not give like this. So sometimes the upbringing puts this fear in us. Sometimes this fear also comes due to past experiences. Like it need not be from the parents, but maybe you lost money somewhere. Somebody took money from you and they didn't repay. Or maybe you wanted to help somebody and that help was misused. Okay, such bad experiences also creates a little bit of financial fear. Okay, so based on past experiences, based on these programs, we do acquire these energies. Sometimes we also acquire these energies based on people whom we surround with. For example, if you have your friends who have such fears or financial or poverty consciousness, you tend to absorb their energies also. This is called as osmosis. You actually exchange energies around people. Okay, for example, if you have people who are very successful in life as your friends, you also tend to become successful. But if you have people, your past experience of struggle with money, true, very true. Now, if you have people who are very stingy or people are very negative, we also tend to become like that. There is a saying in English, right? Tell me who your friend is, and I will tell you who you are. Okay, so we acquire this from people also. Now, this contamination keeps happening in our life. Let's say we have done healing, we have removed all this, but after some years, again, when you scan your aura, you may still find these energies. Why? Because we interact with people. We are pranic healers. We do meet a lot of people. We heal people sometimes. So what happens when you interact? There is still some amount of energy exchange that happens. So we need to overcome such energies. First of all, we need to identify whether we have this problem in us. Okay, and then we need to address it. How to address it? Through psychotherapy. Now, luckily in pranic healing, we realize that all these emotions are energies, right? Okay, and what do we do in psychotherapy? We have these steps that can disintegrate and remove these energies from our systems. Do you remember the 4 steps in psychotherapy? Which are the 4 steps, additional steps in psychotherapy? Your trainer will not help you. Okay, you should answer without.
I'm
Huh?
waiting for you to answer.
Yeah.
Me down. You guys need to know. 4 steps.
Trainer will not answer.
Come on, guys.
Sometimes they know it, but they don't know how to put it in the words. That is also there, but they know how to do it. When the patient comes, they know how to do it. But when I say the procedural part, then people struggle with that. Yeah, I guess it's that problem with you. Okay, let's put it into very simple things. In pranic healing, which are the 2 fundamental steps? Which are the 2 fundamental steps? When you explain pranic healing to somebody, what do you tell? We clean, right? Very good. Cleaning and energizing, right? So even in psychotherapy, we actually do cleaning and energizing. Okay. Now, when you clean, what do you clean? Let's make it very simple. In psychotherapy, what do you clean? Do you remove dirty, used up energies or energies of infection? Do you? No, we don't remove that. We don't remove diseased energies. What do we remove? There are 3 types of energies we actually deal with in psychotherapy. Okay, first one, negative psychic energies. Okay, second one is negative thought forms. And the third one is negative elemental. Yeah, so these are the 3 types of contaminations you deal in psychotherapy. Okay, what are psychic energies? Psychic energies are basically feelings or emotions of people. Okay, and what are thought forms? Thought forms are when you think about something, you create a thought form. Okay, for example, financial fear is a thought form. Okay, people think that what if I don't have enough money? Okay, if I start giving, what if I don't have it? Okay, that's a thought form. So by thinking, we produce thought forms. And when you repeatedly think about something, you're feeding it. So when you feed these thought forms, they become powerful. So they're capable of influencing us. And they're called as thought entities. Okay. So thought entities are basically thought forms that are more powerful. Master prefers to use the word thought entity because they're capable of influencing us. Okay. And who creates them? We create them. Or people around us create them. Okay. And what are elementals? Elementals are the lower etheric beings that are created by the nature, and they are energy parasites. We don't create them. They are already there. Okay. So what happens? We have to remove these energies. That is the first part. Okay. So when you clean, you are removing these energies from the system. Now, in case of financial fear, there are no elementals as such. Basically, there will be psychic energies and thought forms in the chakras. We'll talk about which chakras. Okay. And what is the second step? That is energizing. Yeah. So in psychotherapy, what do we energize for? There are 3 things again. Number 1, we energize to repair the protective web. If there are damages in the protective web, you need to repair it. Okay. That is first part, because if the web is not repaired, then the elementals or thought form will try to penetrate. Okay. So we need to repair the web. Number 2, the purpose of energizing is to activate or inhibit the chakra as required. In some cases, we activate, in some cases, we inhibit the chakras. That is the second purpose. Third purpose is to create a positive thought form. Just like how negative thought forms influenced the patient in a negative way, the positive thought forms will influence the person in a positive way. Okay, did you understand? Cleansing and energizing. So what did we clean? Psychic energies, thought forms, elementals. And what did we energize? Why did we energize? To repair the web, to create activation or inhibiting the chakras, and to produce a positive thought form on the patient. Okay, so just remember like that. Now to make it into 4 steps, we say disintegrate psychic energies, thought forms. Step 2, disintegrate elementals and seal the holes and cracks in the protective web. And step 3 is to activate or inhibit the chakra. And step 4 is to create positive image of the patient. Okay, that is what basically we are doing in psychotherapy. Are we clear? So when you remove these energies, you replace it with positive energies. Okay, now let's go into which chakras. What chakras do you think are affected? Okay, crown, very good, crown. Cats, somebody said cats. Yeah, that's the common word that's used, CATS. Actually, I would not call it as cats, I would call it as chats. You know chats? Golgappa, Pani Puri? No, not that. Okay, so include the heart chakra. Cats, you know the meaning of cats, right? So I would add the word heart, H. So it becomes chats. Okay, C is crown. Okay, H is heart chakra. T is throat chakra. A is Agna chakra. And S is solar plexus. CHATS. Yeah. Okay, now why do you think these chakras are affected in most of the psychotherapy cases? Why? Have you tried to understand this? And it's very simple. You can always remember. Any disease charts, addiction charts, phobia charts, stress charts, plus 1 or 2 chakras. Okay, but fundamentally you'll treat these chakras. Now, why do we treat these chakras? Let's try to break it. Okay, now let's talk about when you are psychologically upset. In most cases, your physical body may not be upset. Okay, it's your emotions and it is your thoughts that are affected, right? So which are the chakras connected to your emotions? Heart and solar. Yeah, so heart, higher emotions, solar plexus, lower emotions. So these two chakras are affected. Okay, and which chakras control your mind? Very good. Agna and not crown, throat. Okay, Agna and throat. Abstract thinking, concrete thinking. Okay, now why do we heal the crown? Because in most of the psychological problems, the soul connection is reduced. Okay, in fact, if you read the book, Master says most of the psychological problems are due to reduced soul contact. So which chakra is the entry point of divine energy? Crown chakra. Plus crown also affects your brain. In most of the problems, the brain is also partially affected. So we do include the crown chakra. Yeah. So that is why charts are the chakras that are used for most of the psychological problems. But if you read the advanced book, in most of the protocols, they say treat the basic, navel, sex chakra or spleen chakra. Why? Because there the physical body and the etheric body is affected. Okay, and the physical and the etheric body are controlled by these chakras. But in psychotherapy, most of the protocols talks about chats. Yeah. So even in case of financial fear, you will have to heal the chats because these thought forms are there in the chats. Plus basic chakra. Why basic chakra? Because basic chakra is the chakra that controls your ability to be successful, ability to earn money, ability to be productive, chakra of actions, and chakra of being grounded or being practical in life, and survival instinct. So all these are connected to basic chakra. So the basic chakra also will develop these thought forms. Okay, and it tends to become smaller when these thought forms are there. Okay, so your ability to work, to be successful also are affected by the financial fears. Okay, now when I say fear, there are two things. One is required fear, one is unrequired fear. Okay, what is required fear? Let's say somebody tells you, jump from the first floor, nothing will happen to you. And what you will do? Will you go and jump? No, you will not jump because you will know that you'll break your bones if you jump. Okay, so fear is required for your survival. Okay, so when I say let go of all financial fears, you cannot say tomorrow I'll invest all my money in share market. I'm very bold, I will go and invest. That is foolishness. Okay, you cannot be like that. You should be scared about things for which you are supposed to be scared. Okay, fear is something, or phobia is something for which you're not supposed to be scared, but you are scared of it. For example, if they say you jump from the first floor, you will not jump. But some of you may be scared even to look down like this from the first floor. That is phobia. That is unrealistic. That is not required. So financial fear is something like that phobia. It's actually not required, but we carry it based on all these past experiences, based on the programming, upbringing, whatever it is. Okay. So when you do psychotherapy on the charts and the basic chakra, the objective is to disintegrate these thought forms and to remove from the chakras. So when you remove from the chakras, what happens? You become more confident. You'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to take that risk. But you know that you are able to take calculated risk. It's not like you'll just become bullheaded. Okay, so the calculated risk, you'll think, okay, if I do this, what's the worst thing that will happen? Maybe I'll lose some X amount of money, but it's okay. I think I can manage with that. But if I'm successful, I'll actually double the money. Okay, something like that. So you'll start investing money and you'll start probably expanding your business. You'll start opening a new branch, for example. Okay, initially when I was young, when my body was young, I had a lot of these thought forms because I have seen my father struggling a lot to earn money. Okay, he was doing part-time job. He was employed somewhere. He was doing all that, and he was into real estate. He was doing multiple things. Okay, so that myself, my sister, we should have a good, future. So he was working a lot, and I've seen him earning money with a lot of struggle and difficulty. So we were scared to actually spend money in the past because we thought, it's troubling him. And what if we don't have enough, typical all these thought forms, whatever I spoke about. So when I started pranic healing as my career, again, this thought form actually affected me. Like, oh, how you'll survive. Many people told me that, how you'll survive with only pranic healing. And some people told me women can do pranic healing full time, men cannot do. Why? Because they'll have husband working, so they have another source of income. But in your case, you'll have to take care of the family. And what if you don't have money? So all these fears started coming. So then I decided, if all these thought forms are hitting me, and all these are coming from my friends, and some of them are coming from my pranic healing co-workers also. They said, hey, don't do this, do pranic healing as a part-time job, not as a full-time job, because you'll suffer financially. So I started, doing psychotherapy, and I was also into Arhatic yoga. So I started doing some techniques on blue triangle and all that. So once I started doing that, my mind, became more clear. So I started calculating, what is the worst thing that can happen. I was a law graduate, so I always knew that I can go back to law practice if at all I fail. Okay, so I calculated the risk. Okay, for how many days or months or years you want to try pranic healing. Okay, and if you don't become successful, you can still go back to law practice. So I did a kind of math, and luckily, I think Master was very merciful. Immediately, I got a job in West Africa. So I was there for 2 years. And then after coming back, again, the same thought forms. People started telling me the same thing. So then I did this math and I realized that, okay, what is the worst thing that will happen? Maybe I'll have a break in my career for 6 months or 1 year. And after that, I'll get back. So the mind became more clear. Then I started doing accounts. Accounts is something that I really hated to do in the past. Okay. Once these thought forms are removed, I was able to write it down. Okay, how much is the money I'll invest, and what is the number of patients I need in a month to get this money, and how many classes should I do, how many organizing things I need. So my mind started becoming more and more clear. Earlier, when I used to think about all these things, I was feeling overwhelmed. Like, oh, it's too much. Okay, so again, these thought forms, the fear thought forms, and it gave me a lot of clarity. That is how I started pranic healing centers. Okay, so healing is something that's really, really important. And one thing most of us as pranic healers, we need to improve is self-healing. Do you think so? When somebody asks us healing, we are ready to do. Hey, yeah, we'll do healing for you. But when it says do self-healing, we're like, yeah, I'll do when I get time. And when do you get time? Including me, sometimes I want sessions like this to heal myself. But now I've become more disciplined. I heal myself. When I know that things are not moving, I'll scan my chakras. I'll be like, what is wrong in my chakras? Is it financial? Is it psychic attack? Is it poverty consciousness? What's happening? So I try to heal myself, and you won't believe there is amazing shift. Suddenly 1 week class is cancelled, and I start scanning myself. What's wrong? Why did I not get students this time? And I heal immediately. Next week class will happen with a decent number. Okay, as I think, how many of you are into full-time pranic healing? Okay, yes, madam. Many of you can see only one hand. Okay, others, okay, fine. You may be doing your own profession or your business. That is still good. I'm not saying do pranic healing, but you have to apply this in whichever field you are, and you also have to apply it to your family. This is also important. When you do this, you'll start seeing changes. Okay, and one of the reason why this fear also comes is due to low self-esteem. Okay, there was this student of mine. He's quite intelligent. He's well studied. You ask him about his subject, he's very good in that. But if you see him and when you talk to him, he's always shy. He's always timid. In the class, he sits in the last bench, and when he walks, also, he's very careful, very gentle. Okay, if at all you touch him when you're walking, he'll be like, "Oh, sorry, sorry," like that. Very cautious. And to his qualification, he should be very, very successful actually, because he's very thorough in his knowledge, but he was not successful. Okay, and business, though, he was not even thinking of business. He was so scared that he feels that he cannot do it. So when I was trying to interview him, and I was trying to do psychic diagnosis, and I realized that his father was very what do you say, very strict. He was hitting him. So I got this image. So I just asked him, how was your childhood? Was your father very strict with you? Then he said, yeah, even at the age of 20, his father was hitting him. And that damaged his, self-confidence. And then whatever he did, his father would always expect him to do more. If he gets 80% marks, he'll say, only 80? And then he gets 90% marks, say, only 90, you should have got 100. So for everything, he was always setting the bar higher. So the boy, from young age, felt that he was not good enough. So he developed a lot of low self-esteem, and he also developed financial fears. So he was unable to start his own business because he thought that, what if I lose money? That was his biggest question. Okay, so healing was done, and then he started thinking, okay, what is the worst thing that will happen? Okay, I'll lose this amount of money. Compared to the money we have, this money is very small. I can still take the risk. So he started thinking positively, and even some affirmations helped him. Okay, affirmations like, I'm prosperous, I'm successful, I'm not scared of all these things. So something like that. He started saying that, visualizing that, and then it took about 2 months time to break all these old thought forms. And then he was very successful. He started his own business. Now he has a car dealership. He's quite successful. But initially, when we say business, he was very scared. He always wanted to work somewhere else. He was not ready to take up risks. Okay. Would you like to scan your chakras if we have these energies? Yeah. We'll just do healing on basic chakra, just to have an idea. Okay. The same protocol you can use for your other charts also. Shall we? Okay. Please press the center of your palm and your fingertips. Let's sensitize our hands. Okay. Let's scan the aura. Imagine the shoulders. Scan the aura. Okay. Now imagine yourself in the front. The basic chakra is in the front. Scan the basic chakra, energy level. Diameter. Okay, you can also go inside and feel the web. Okay, sometimes the chakra feels uneven. Okay, you can divide the chakra or the web into 4 parts. Okay, and in each part, you will scan the energies of financial fear. Check. In upper right quadrant, upper left quadrant, lower right, lower left. Okay, you may notice some parts being very congested, or in my case, upper right was a little bit congested. Other 3 are okay. One part is congested. Let's also scan if there are unauthorized cards connected to the basic chakra. Do you know about unauthorized? How many of you don't know about unauthorized cards? Okay, all of you know. Very good. So let's scan if there are unauthorized cards connected to our basic chakra. Okay, scan. Okay, I can feel something. So I'm gonna clip, cut. Taking the outer end, connecting it to the nearest holy place. So you can pull out the roots. Check if there are cards again. Okay, if it is not there, you may energize your basic chakra with some golden prana. Okay, after that you stabilize. Now let's check the 4 parts again. We'll just check if there is any impact on that. Checking the 4 parts again, financial fears. Actually, the congestion reduced. Sometimes the cards are creating this. Maybe the people who have connected themselves, they are projecting these energies. Okay, so that's why the congestion reduced. So it's important when you do healing for your patients, first you cut these cards. Because sometimes the problems are because of cards. Okay, now let's clean the chakra. If there is more congestion, you can also disintegrate. Okay, you may use electric violet, disintegrate, and then you clean. If you feel that there is less congestion, you can also directly clean with electric violet. Just remove these thought forms and the psychic energies. Okay, so you can move your hand anti-clockwise, or you can clean the 4 parts. Okay, the choice is yours. You can do whatever you want. The objective is to clean all the 4 parts. But the intention is to remove all the psychic energies, thought forms connected to financial fear. If you have done about 30 sweepings, you may also scan the 4 parts. Clean your hands first. Now the condition is gone. The 4 parts are more balanced. Okay. Take your time. If you feel that it's still congested, do some more cleaning. And also when you're cleaning, you can invoke for divine blessings. You can request God and the healing angels to help you remove these blocks. So these energies will, number one, not allow you to take any risk in your business or in your expansion, or even to start a new business. Also, these energies will not allow you to do charity. Okay, we say, okay, do charity, you'll get more money, it will multiply. But still people are scared. Okay, so you have to overcome that. In India, we have this concept, people go to temple and they pray to God that if I get this, I will give you money. So the patient, when they come to us for financial healing, they'll also tell us the same thing. If I get the job, I'll give the money. So I'll tell, look, it's like telling your field that if I produce, then I'll sow the seeds. How is it possible? You won't have the plants without the seeds. So I'm sure you have some savings. So start giving from that. Okay. So this particular fear, it will not allow you to give. It will block you. Okay. So once you remove it, giving becomes easier. Okay. Did you clean? Did you scan the 4 parts balanced? Okay. So let's energize the chakra. Now you can give red, but since it's night, I don't want to activate your basic chakra and I don't want to create insomnia for you. So we'll just use white prana. Yeah. And while giving white, imagine that you're being confident about money and imagine that you're having that assurance that yes, I will earn money. If I follow the law of karma, the golden rule, I will become successful in life and I will give money and I'll get money. Okay, something like that. Tell yourself that you're more confident about earning, you're more confident about your business, your profession. Also, you're very confident about giving money, helping and sharing. Okay. Project White. Imagine that you're giving money, helping people, doing charity. Imagine that you are investing money, expanding your business. After some breathings, you may feel that your hand is getting pushed back. Basic chakra will be full of energy and a positive thought form. Once you feel that, you stabilize. Okay, and then scan the basic chakra again. Check the energy. It feels more stronger now. Diameter. And you can also check the web. Much balanced, smoother. Okay, so you can do this for the other chakras also, chats. Okay, same protocol, but for solar and the upper chakras, we use electric violets just to create that courage. So when you energize the solar plexus, it's courage. When you energize the back heart chakra, again, courage to give, to share. Okay, throat and agna, to understand the risk factor, to invest properly, proper understanding about your finances. Crown chakra to develop your intuition and to invest properly in wherever you have to. Something like that. So creating positive image is very, very important. Just don't give colors in psychotherapy. You have to create what you want. Okay, that's important. Yeah. Any questions on this?
Vaibhav, if somebody has problems getting a job or finances, how many approximately healings are usually required?
Okay, so usually it's 1 or 2 months. 1 or 2 months. So you can scan, just see the condition of the chakra. If you do healing for 1 month, what happens? If you do healing for 2 months, some people in 1 month chakra feels very strong. So you can tell that, okay, approximately a month. For some people, after 1 month, the chakra is still depleted. You can always scan the future, you can just check. And depending on your skill, you will know that. Okay, so you just say after 1 month, what will happen? If I heal, what will happen to this patient? Okay, second month. And sometimes I have seen also in the second month also the basic chakra will be depleted. Then I know that, okay, this guy may have some karmic blockages. Okay, so then I advise them that look, I will heal you, but you should also do charity. You should also do twin hearts meditation and bless. So I encourage people to do that. So then people will be more open. They become successful. Okay, so you just can. Usually it's 1 or 2 months. And some people just take healings. It's not that they have financial problem, but they just take healing when they want to expand something. They want to start a new branch, but they are struggling. It's getting delayed. So they say, okay, can you heal me for a month? Because I'm planning to start this. So you can also support like that. And I have also clients who just take healing once in a month, just like a maintenance, like how you leave your car for service once in a month or once in 2 months, something like that. They just come, get all the cords removed, get these stress energies, or sometimes psychic attacks or financial fears. What you scan, you'll know what kind of energies they have. And you just get it removed and energize. And also I'll make them do twin hearts meditation during the session. So they feel very nice and they keep coming back.
So is
that
it
is also,
sorry, is it recommended? So if there's a group of people who own a business in partners, so is it recommended not just the CM getting the healing, not just the chairman, but every director should have a healing? It will affect the business, no? If there are 3 directors.
it will tremendously affect the business. So in fact,
he's saying please make notes.
Yeah, in fact, if you make them do twin hearts meditation once in a week, okay, or have somebody in the place, make them do twin hearts meditation week on week, and they bless all the goals of the company. You don't have to give them the minor goals, just give them the whole bigger picture. Okay, this is the amount of turnover we would like to have, or this is where we want to expand our business. So they should all join and bless that. And you remember 7 people meditating together is like 100 people meditating at different places. And imagine all the employees doing the meditation once in a week. It generates huge amounts of energy. And because they write the goal and they bless, there are high chances that it will manifest. Okay. And sometimes as a company as a whole, they also do charity to generate good karma. And I've also seen companies where they encourage their employees also to give a small amount of money to that fund, and they all do something with that. Okay, so it's like the company is encouraging the employees also to do generosity, and they become more successful. Some people give, some people don't give. That's okay, but you can always tell them that, look, we are doing something like this from the company. Would you like to be a part of it? So when a lot of people are doing, others also do that. It's like a kind of mass psychology. They do that. And indirectly, they also generate good karma. So what happens? You're increasing the morale of the employees because they start becoming more responsible, and they start, when they start giving, the heart chakra opens. And when the heart chakra opens, they start feeling kind of togetherness. They feel that this is my company, this is my friend, this is what we do every month. So that comes. Otherwise, if the solar is big, they always say, this company is never mine. I'll just go there, work, come back at the end of the month, count my salary. That is how solar plexus thinks. So when you make them do twin hearts, when you make them do charity, when you give them some kind of motivational talks, they always get inspired and they start doing all these things. So if you have companies, you start inculcating all these things. And if there are people trouble givers, you heal them. Yes.
This also applies same for the centers and all the committee members. They should also heal. No, if there's a problem in getting students and the work is not moving, this could be an obstacle also. Correct. That they're healing themselves. They have fear, they have doubts, they have worries.
Correct. They should do. Plus, they should also encourage the trainers to do, because they are like they're like the hands and legs of the company. So they should scan. They should do. That group energy is always powerful. That is very important. Rather than they'll say, well, I'll do whenever I have time. So it's always good to do it in a group, at least the full moon days or weekly once, do that. It's and the bonding will improve among the trainers and the organizers.
Vipul, the energy
Yes.
of mass healing and individual healing is the same or it's different?
It's little different. Also, it depends on the person who is doing it. If the person who is doing it has a big spiritual cord, then people get healed. And if the people are very receptive, there is more downpour of energy, because a lot of people are receptive and they are extremely devotional. More spiritual energy comes. And I have seen miraculous healings done by Master Shua in a group. But he is also capable of doing the same thing in one-on-one also. Okay, so it depends on the healer and also the group's receptivity. So one-on-one, the individual karmas also play a major role. So if the karma allows, they get miraculously healed. But if you ask me which is more powerful, I would say one-on-one, because the healer is totally focused on one person, scanning, going into a lot of details, using the appropriate colors, following the protocol. That is more effective. Mass healing is okay, it's good if everybody are there, they're in the praying mode and you bless them, they get healed on different levels. But one-on-one is more powerful, very focused.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else you would like to talk about? No? Okay. So you should practice. The next step is practice. Now you know how to do it, what are the challenges it will create, and what are the benefits of removing these energies. So when classes get cancelled, what to heal? When classes get cancelled, you need to check why the class got cancelled. Okay. There are two ways of knowing it. One, by introspecting, and you have to see the whole situation like a third person without involving your emotions. Sometimes when we get emotionally involved, we'll justify. We know that we have not done that, but we'll justify. We say, oh, it's okay, I did not do that because I had this work, that work. So that justification should not be there. If you can do it like an outsider, you had to do introspection. Did you do the energy work? Did you do tithing? Were you generous with your organizer? Did the groundwork happen? Did the pamphlet get circulated? Did you give an intro talk? Did you give a healing camp? All that. Okay, introspection. Secondly, you should also check the energy of fear, energy of poverty consciousness, financial fear. Sometimes as trainers, they also have fear of, oh, what if I don't get 36? Okay, that fear. And self-doubt, sometimes psychic attacks. Okay, scan all that and you can heal all that. So when the classes don't happen, you should do both. Introspection, did I go anywhere wrong? Because there are people who do a lot of energy work, but physically they don't do anything. It's like chanting. We say something like in our local language, it's like if you chant, the mango will not fall from the tree. Okay, something like that. You cannot just do energy work, but do no physical work. Physically, you have to do a lot of marketing. You should meet people. The main thing, you should meet. People want to see you. And that rapport brings people. You can give digital marketing, you can make reels, you can do social media, put testimonials, all that. But still, at the end of the day, if somebody you know recommends your name, the person will come to you. So your physical presence is extremely important. You have to go meet a lot of people. Keep meeting. Build network. That is important. This financial fear is just one part of the whole thing. There are many other obstacles also. You need to systematically work on that and also do a lot of physical work. Physical work is important. Yeah. So if you don't have any other question, then we can wind up the session. Shavana, you want to add something?
Okay, so thank you, Vaibhav. This was very enlightening. It's also to make us understand that we have the power of pranic psychotherapy to heal ourselves. Now, if you really look at it, if you say, okay, I know this, or knowing is one thing, practicing is a different thing. Now, Vaibhav just made us scan the basic chakras. I've been in pranic healing for years and years and years and years, and still there is energies of poverty consciousness. There's still energies of fear. I'm a trainer, so whenever I do my classes, all what he mentioned is very present, because it's not just our thought forms, it's also influences from others, organizers, fellow trainers, fellow pranic healers. So we all go through this. So does it mean that we only take a shower once in January 1st? And then we take another shower on 31st December? Or we take a shower every day? What
More
are the
regular.
thoughts? Every day you have to take a shower. Just like that, I think healing is required, because the chakras do get depleted. The chakras get affected by other people's energies. The chakras get affected by thoughts and emotions of our own, number one. Okay. So if you work in an environment where there is always fear generated, then we keep contamination in ourselves. So highly recommended is regular healing. So take a point tomorrow morning after you shower, at least do some healing on yourself. Those of you who know how to use a disintegrator, disintegrate these thought forms from your basic chakra, back solar, front solar plexus. So somewhere here, if somebody is asking, Christian, can we have protocols for this type of healing, please? It's in the psychotherapy book. Please open your books and follow the protocol. Yes, 4 steps of pranic healing: disintegrate, extract, externalize dirty disease energy, use a crystal, no? What about the psychotherapy? Remove elementals, thought forms of fear, doubts, worries from your chakras. So you disintegrate them. When you're cleaning your chakras, you project electric violet with an intention of disintegrating negative thought forms, negative entities, psychic energies, elementals of fear in the front, back, solar, throat, ajna, basic chakras, crown chakras, and then you remove them. You cut your links, and then you project electric violet. Once you project electric violet, you tell the chakra, you're filled with dynamic energies, you're filled with stability, you're filled with peace. What is it that you want? For stress, you'll tell the person you're filled with peace. Yes, and if you want to become more courageous, you want to take a little bit of a risk, saying, I'm going to go and do this business. After cleaning your chakra, you say, okay, I'm blessed with courage. You bless yourself. It has worked wonders for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. You and me cannot fail. We fail because we have no faith. We fail because we have doubts. Am I right, Vaibhav?
Very true. It's just that we don't do our part.
All right. So
In fact, sometimes I do a very quick healing in the morning, when I'm having bath, I apply salt. Anyway, I have to sit there for 3 minutes when the salt is on my body. So I'll just quickly scan the basic chakra, cut cards. If I have an important, let's say I'm a director of a BNI in my local region. So if I have a BNI meeting there, so I'll just scan my basic and I just do healing. And suddenly there is a shift. Previous day, some people would not have confirmed that they're doing that. And suddenly in the morning, when I'm about to go to that venue, some of my members, they say, sir, that is happening. Actually, yesterday that person was not ready and suddenly it started happening. So a lot of our energy influences the environment around us. I clean my basic chakra, I cut cards from my basic chakra, and suddenly a visitor comes. The previous day when I speak to them, they're like, oh, we'll see, I'm busy, I'm that, I'm this. They give reasons. So a lot of your internal energy affects your environment. So you have to change that. And that's the only thing you can only change yourself. You cannot change the world. And the world will change when you change yourself also. Something like that. Yeah. So thank you. Shavana, your mic is muted.
Thank you, Christine. These are some of the questions. We just do pranic psychotherapy on ourselves. We just change the energy. The protocols remain the same. The chakras are the same. Disintegrate. Remember, disintegrate negative thoughts, negative entities, psychic energies, elementals, thought forms. Now see which thought forms: fear, anxiety, restlessness, anything you have, you remove this from our chakras. And once the chakras start becoming more normalized, the healing is impacted. And it's a regular thing. We have to do it on a regular basis. That's why we're also having these sessions every Monday, no? So that we're reminded of these teachings. We keep flowing, Otherwise, we lose touch. Like today we have 36 people. Last week we had almost 60 people. So people deteriorate, they get bored, they get busy. So they go down and then suddenly they come up again. So it's normally like that. For our job is to keep you inspired, keep you going. Otherwise, I don't know what else to do. All right. So I hope these sessions today was the 10th, 11th session since we started this 12th session rather. And I hope that it is something which we are progressing. And Vaibhav has taken his time. It's already midnight in his part of the world. Thank you, Vaibhav, for joining us. We are so grateful to you. And we'd love another session as soon as you have some more time.
Sure. I'll be glad to come back again.
Thank
And
you.
we'll say Thanksgiving prayer. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I request all of you to mentally follow me. Inhale and exhale slowly. Mentally say to the Supreme God, to beloved and respected teacher, Master Choa Kok Sui, to all spiritual teachers, all the great ones, holy gurus, holy masters, saints, healing angels, and healing ministers, and to all the devas and angels of prosperity and abundance, we thank you all for a great blessing. Thank you for inspiring us, motivating us to continue to practice, to purify ourselves, to become more productive, more successful, more happy, prosperous, spiritual in our lives. Thank you for your guidance, help, and divine protection. In full faith, thank you. Thank you all for being so receptive and participating and being interactive in the session. Thank you.